Hi, welcome back from our little break. We've moved from the mixing table to the stove, where I have previously had the grease, the vegetable oil, whatever you use, preheating while we were mixing. And it's as good as it's gonna get right now. There's no particular brand of oil that I prefer, just vegetable oil. Sometimes using the cooking oil from a tub, you kind of scoop out, put in a fork. Sometimes that's all you've got, then that's all you got. I've just taken a small handful of pre-made dough that I made earlier today. It's all risen, if you can see it, to the right consistency. It's been setting. I like to set my bread for at least a half hour or an hour. Let it rise. And the way I was taught to make bread is make sure there's enough for everybody in the house. So I've always made smaller, portion-sized, hand-sized bread. Just stretch it out to the size you want and lay it gently into the grease. When you hear the popping sound, that's when you know the grease is ready. So here's the size of the dough ball. You roll it up, smash it a little to the size of your palm, and then you stretch out a little the sides. Just go around and around. Now some tribes do the flapping like this. I've never really been good at it. There's really no wrong way to do it. It's just preference. Again, you roll it into a ball, flatten it out on your palm. Stretch it out. There's no real time frame per se. Some recipes say, oh, let's simmer for 10 minutes or something like that. Again, this is like just by going off of look. You use your senses to make these. All your senses. And we didn't have tongs growing up. We didn't know what they were. So I used a fork. When the edges of the fry bread is golden brown, that's when it's time to flip them over. Just very gently, because you don't want the grease to splash. Mine they never come out perfectly round. There's no particular shape. It tastes good. That's all that matters. If you find that your dough is still a little sticky after it's risen, it's certainly okay to use flour that's in the bottom of the bowl to coat your hands. so it won't be so sticky. The dough will absorb as much flour as it needs. It won't be too much. Just add a little bit at a time. There's this crazy phenomenon too that I've noticed throughout my years of helping cook fry bread, is that the fry bread seem to dance in the grease. They spin themselves in the grease. I haven't really looked into the physics of it all. It probably has something to do with the surface tension of the grease and the water in the dough. It's kind of neat that they dance like that in the pan, in a counterclockwise direction. So the first bread that I put in there is done. You can tell it's done by being golden yellow on each side. So you drip off the grease as much as you can, and you put it into a pan or a bowl that has paper towel lining to help drain away the excess grease. And you just keep doing it. You add another dough where there's room. And the fry bread danced. So you gotta make room. Gently lay it in there. And it's okay to flip them repeatedly if you need to. If one side's getting a little more golden brown than the other side, that's perfectly fine. Flip them, and that's the basics of fry bread. Generally, I'd have my heat a little higher than what's on right now, but I think the pan is a little thick and it's not conducting the heat evenly. So here's another one that's done. So there's this side and that side. Is also done. Making fry bread is nothing you can start and walk away from. You have to constantly monitor them. You don't want burnt. You don't want undercooked. And you don't want your grease to get the whole kitchen smoky. This fry bread's going to be triangle shaped because I'm in a hurry.